There is nothing that beats the sound of trickling water as you walk through the garden. Today we're going to be setting up my pump. I'm going to be switching from a solar pump to an electric pump so I can hear the sound of trickling water, not just when the sun is shining, but all day long. Let's get started. So first thing I'm going to do is I took off the top and I'm going to be cleaning out the dirty water. It's been sitting there for a while, so I'm going to be cleaning that out. Next, you want to make sure you have an electrical wire that is long enough to get to your electrical source. Then I want to make sure that the lawnmower doesn't run over it. So I'm gonna be digging a trench so that I can drop the wire along the trench and attach it to that side so that we can hook up the pump. What I'll just do is whenever I'm not using it, I can plug it out, or I can add a timer to it so it comes on only on at certain times. Then we'll set it up and watch it work. The water will clear up as time goes on. Even though I hate to use bleach, I had to put a little bleach in there because this thing weighs probably 200-300 pounds, so I could not topple it over. So I just power wash it as much as I could, and I put a little bit of bleach in there. And I'm gonna drop a mosquito bait in there that will keep the mosquitoes away. Just gonna drop this in here, break it up a little bit, drop the mosquito bait in here. The mosquito bait is harmless to birds and wildlife, but it kills the mosquitoes. I actually see a ton of mosquito larvae. Now that I drop it in, I actually see a ton of mosquito larvae in here. And I noticed that I started getting bitten. So definitely we need that mosquito bait. All right, so I'm gonna plug the pump in. I'm gonna drop it in here and test it before I go any further. Turn it this way. All right, so it has to be submerged. With any of these pumps, they have to be fully submerged. Woo! All right, so that works. So I just want to make sure it works before I add the tubing in. So let me go ahead and add the tube in. Most pumps you get come with tubing, but this one didn't. So I bought this 10-foot piece of tubing that fits into the pump. So I'm just gonna cut maybe 2.5 feet just to make sure it's tall enough to get through the top. So let's just cut this. I don't want to cut it too short. We can always trim it down later. So I cut the tube, adding it in here. Add the tube here, push it in, make sure it's secure. And then we're gonna thread it through to the top. It's super heavy, guys, so I took the tube in and I threaded it all the way through. And then now I'm gonna have to get help to lift it on and put it on here. So be right back. And there it is. It's all set up. Only took me a few minutes to get this going. And I'm gonna end up, I haven't buried the cord yet, because what I'm gonna do is make sure it's a cord that has multiple outlets. Since Christmas time, we like to decorate the trees. We like to decorate the island with lights. So we want to make sure we have a cord that has multiple outlets. Then we'll go ahead and bury it here. Of course, be sure that you use an extension that meets the power requirements of the pump that you're using. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Till next time. Bye now.